Loyalists and nationalists reacted with anger today after Tony Blair intervened to stop the publication of a crucial report on Northern Ireland's sectarian parades. He said it was too sensitive to publish its contents in the middle of Ulster's referendum campaign. Joe Andrews reports.
Anywhere else this might have been simple, but here Tony Blair's letter asking the Parades Commission to delay a report into the summer marching season until after the May referendum has been greeted with the deepest suspicion on all sides. Handling this year's marches, particularly Drumcree, remains one of the trickiest problems now facing Northern Ireland. The Commission should have given a first view today on which Orange marches would be allowed to go ahead. It's thought it wants Drumcree to be rerouted this year to avoid offending nationalist residents. That has outraged unionists.
People really saying we've been conned, and the Ulster people, from whatever ilk, will react accordingly.
The British government is caving into unreasonable demands from Orangeism and loyalism.
2 Commission members from the unionist community resigned today. One said it was because of media pressure. The chairman has strenuously denied that cancelling the report compromises his independence.
It wasn't the Prime Minister who made the decision, it was the Commission. We responded in a positive way to the request from the Prime Minister.
But even without a report, there's no escaping the decisions that have to be made over marches like the one due to come down this road in July. Joe Andrews, ITN, Belfast.
The FA is to review the security of England's players after Paul Ince was attacked by a fan as he left Wembley last night. He says he's lucky his jaw wasn't broken. Andrew Simmons reports.
Paul Ince was reluctant to show his injury as he emerged from a morning's rest at his Liverpool apartment, but managed to smile. The England midfielder and Liverpool captain said he was all right, but he's claimed he was lucky not to have broken his jaw. He was leaving Wembley last night with his wife Claire when he was punched in the mouth, injuring his lip. It happened after England's 3-0 win over Portugal, when he was posing for pictures and signing autographs. A man understood to be a West Ham supporter was arrested and later released on bail. Ince has been unpopular with West Ham fans since a transfer to Manchester United 10 years ago.
Paul Ince has had troubles in London before. There are people there that don't like him for various reasons, so perhaps it could have been seen coming, but obviously it's unfortunate.
The England star says he's treating it as a one-off incident, but the attack has renewed security fears over fans approaching players. The Football Association has announced a review of procedures. Andrew Simmons, ITN, Liverpool.
5 IRA terrorists are to be transferred from British jails to prisons in the Irish Republic to serve the rest of their sentences. One of them, Paul McGee, murdered a special police constable in Yorkshire 6 years ago. And Louise Sullivan, the Australian nanny accused over the death of a baby, left Holloway prison today after being granted bail by an Old Bailey judge. Caroline Yongen died 4 days after the alleged incident at her home in London. Tony Blair has been giving ITN chapter and verse on his reading tastes as part of World Book Day. 12 million schoolchildren have each received a £1 book token to mark the event. The Prime Minister also described how he encourages his own children to read. Julie Ghosh reports.
Tony Blair arrived at London's Globe Theatre to find himself among a forest of books, many of them the autograph variety. The Prime Minister was here to mark World Book Day, and earlier he told ITN's Lunchtime News about the importance of reading for his own children.
Well, I tried to start them off with some of the books that I read, and actually I found with my children that provided they're actually enjoying doing it, once they get interested, then they get really interested, then they start reading lots themselves, and actually they've been pretty good at it.
You can take Davy out to play in the garden.
Backed by authors like Tony Bradman, World Book Day aims to encourage reading among youngsters. To this end, every child in the country has been given a £1 book voucher. A special book, the Children's Book of Books, is available for just £1. It contains extracts from the favourite books of celebrities. Tony Blair, for example, has chosen Lord of the Rings. Julie Ghosh, ITN, in West London.
She caused quite a stir when she was born. Now Dolly's had a little lamb herself. The world's first cloned sheep has had a baby called Bonnie. Both are doing well, but Bonnie's no clone of Dolly. John Draper reports.
10 days old and full of the joys of spring, Bonnie the lamb with her more famous mum, Dolly the cloned sheep. Unlike Dolly, who started off in a test tube, Bonnie came into the world in the way nature intended, after Dolly had mated with a Welsh mountain ram called David. He's not the only one who's pleased about the new arrival. The scientists who cloned Dolly, here she was filmed during her pregnancy, say the first natural birth by the first cloned sheep has important commercial implications for breeding herds. But Bonnie's birth has again raised concerns about cloning, both the fear that a human might be cloned and the claim that animals are being exploited. When Dolly was cloned, she became the centre of world attention. Baby Bonnie's now become a celebrity in her own right. It has, though, all been rather exhausting for a little lamb. So, with Mum by her side, she went back to sleep. John Draper, ITN.
Nice name. On News at 10 with Trev MacDonald, the latest on the escape and recapture of the Belgian paedophile. Plus, will the French soccer authorities take note of the threatened EU fine over World Cup ticket sales? The main news is that a spokesman for the McCartney family has admitted that he misled the world over where Linda McCartney died in order to give them privacy. He had said she died in California. In fact, she died at the family ranch in Arizona. That's Thursday's early evening news till 5:40 tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Good evening. The weekend is close enough for us to give you a good idea of what's in store. The south will be grey and wet at first on Saturday. Further north, sunshine and showers. As we go through the weekend, that mixture of sunny spells and showers will spread across the rest of Britain as well. More details on the weekend in just a moment. As for the next 24 hours, they're going to be like the last 24 hours, so wet at times for many of us. Early this morning, the weather radar was showing the first band of rain still moving away from the east during the morning. This morning, and at the same time, the next band of rain was moving in from the south and west, and that's been crossing many parts of England and Wales through the day today, with scattered showers further north, so it is still a very changeable scene. So as we go through the rest of the evening and night, that latest band of rain will move away from the north and east, clear most places by midnight, some dry spells for a while, the odd mist patch perhaps, but by the middle of the night we'll have the next band of rain into Northern Ireland and western parts of England and Wales. So a wet start in the west tomorrow morning. The east may just see some sunshine to start the day. It won't last very long though, because that next band of rain will move eastwards pretty quickly across the eastern side, I think, by lunchtime, and that in turn followed by some sunny spells, which again will move across to the east during the day. So as you can see, we'll all see some rain at times, but some sunny spells as well. The temperatures then up to around 14, I think, at best for most of us tomorrow. 14 is 57. Now the weekend again, as I've said, Saturday will start off grey and wet in the south, whilst the north has sunshine and showers. Gradually through the day, that rain will ease away into the southeastern corner, so many places becoming brighter through the day. Sunday is a bit more straightforward. It's just sunshine and showers. The east getting the best of the sunshine, most of the showers in the north and west. Quite a mixture. Here's a summary.
Power gen, generating electricity whatever the weather.
Despite the odds.
You know it's easier to be killed by a terrorist than it is to get married over the age of 40.
That statistic is not true, but it feels true.
When two people are just meant to be together.
He said hello.
Hello.
And what did you say? All I could say was hello.
Half a continent can't separate them.
Is this about that woman in Baltimore?
Annie.
Call it destiny.
We'd go together.
Meg Ryan.
It's a sign.
And Tom Hanks.
God, I love that movie.
Sleepless in Seattle, Monday at 9 on ITV.
On London Tonight, a woman and a boy are questioned over the death of a baby.
And Boyzone reveal how it feels to be headlining London's biggest pop party.